Okay, you got those.
Yes, I do.
Phone silent. That's plugged in.
Are we broadcasting that? Yep. Oh, there goes a change. This is.
Good evening. I'm Reverend William. I'll be your chairperson for this evening's service. Thanks to everyone for taking part in Quiet Energy service. Quiet Energy work portion of our service. Quiet Energy work happens every Sunday prior to. Your cooperation in building and maintaining the sacred space is greatly appreciated. Let's begin with 3 ohms. Opening prayer. Divine oneness of being, ascended masters and teachers, our own personal guides and overlighting angels, guides and overlight circle of light. Thank you for coming in closely this time. Thank you for working with us and through us as we gather here today to align our vibration with your sacred space, so more to be.
So mote it be.
Please open to the first page of your book. We will say together the universal greeting. If this is new to you, please watch the service workers to follow along with the interactive hand movements.
I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I hear your needs. I see your beauty. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together.
Turn to the next page and we will say together the 9 principles of spiritualism.
We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in all sacred texts are divine attributes proven through mediumship.
I didn't realize we all got in the black memo.
Oh, look at that. Let to say a few words. Okay. We welcome your donations to help us maintain our presence in the community. You may donate via our website, circleoflightfl.org, or on our Facebook page. For those who use Amazon, please consider using smile.amazon.com and choose Circle of Light Independent Spiritualist Church in St. Louis as your nonprofit. Amazon will give us a small donation at no cost to you. We also collect donations for the Southwest Indian Foundation, which provides stoves and food baskets to Native Americans during the holiday season. Each year we allocate funds to help them, and if you want to make a donation specifically for SWIFT, just tell us when you donate. Thank you for your donations. All funds received help us in our mission to seek, develop, and teach the knowledge of the relationship between humanity and spirit. The crystal globe displayed here is filled with prayer and energy for healing Mother Earth and all her children. Everyone is welcome to contribute prayers for world peace and world healing. We invite you to add your energies to the sacred sharing. We keep a wooden prayer request box in the foyer. You're welcome to send us requests for healing. Throughout the week, Lightworkers focus their energies on the prayers added to the sacred act. We will now say the prayer for spiritual healing found on the next page, after which there will be a short silence for you to softly say the names of anyone that you would like to receive extra healing this week.
I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask the great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
Announcements. What do we have?
Well, next week I'm doing a meditation on purification through spiritual fire. The week after that, Melina's meditation is on forgiveness.
When's that event in September?
That would be the 25th, 24th, 25th of September.
Yes, 24th, 25th of September. We'll be at Tower Grove Pride.
Pagan Pride.
No,
No Tower Grove Pride?
this is Tower Grove Pride.
Tower Grove Pride.
And it's a 2-day event. So we'll be there both Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday. And we set a date for the Gifts of Spirit, October
58th.
something.
No.
Put it on the calendar. Well, you'll see an event on Facebook and on our website. Tickets will be available. Do we
Soon?
decide to make it in person and?
Yes,
Yes.
there will be
That will
both.
be on the 22nd of October.
22nd. Yep.
Is Gifts of Spirit.
That's, that's a special event on Saturday where there will be our normal standard billet messages, but from all three of us. And then I know we'll be doing gemstone messages, tarot card messages, and mantra messages.
Yes.
And maybe something else. We also have door prizes. But, that's everybody who comes in person will get, will definitely get one of the gemstone. Everybody will get a billet, and probably more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's in person can get the gemstone.
Oh, you actually get the gemstone.
Yeah, well, you'll get a message. If you're online, you'll get a message about the gemstone, but we won't be able to physically give you the gemstone. And then the door prizes are only for in person because it gets really complex trying to ship stuff out.
Yep.
Anything else?
Plenty of time to get more news out about that.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's the basics.
That's October 22nd.
Yep. And as we move on through the year, of course, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, we have our annual communion service where we share bread and mead for the Christed light. So we invite everyone to come to that. And yeah,
Solstice.
we did, but I didn't write it down. I think that was set for the 11th.
Yeah, we did it 2 weeks ahead of Christmas.
Yep.
So then December 11th will be our solstice dinner. And as always, the church provides the entree, and then everybody's welcome to, bring potluck. And there will be vegan options for those who do not eat meat.
Oh, show.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. We thank you for your donations. Now a prayer over the offering. Divine oneness of being that man calls God in all of your forms. Thank you for filling these donations with your divine light so they may do the most good possible. Amen.
Amen.
That brings us to the message portion of the service. The message worker that stands before you this evening actively develops her gifts so that she may be a clear channel for this work. Please actively listen to each message. As these come from a universal source via our guides, they may be tailored to the individual, but they deliver wisdom to the whole. Please address questions about messages to the message bearer after the service. To welcome each of our workers, we sing together to raise the vibrations in our circle. We view the word God as a universal term for deity rather than signifying any one particular path. Our message bearer tonight will be Reverend Karen. Let's welcome her with the song, Revive Us Again, verses 1 and 2.
We praise thee, O God, for the Son of thy love, for Jesus who died and has now gone above. Hallelujah, I'm speechless, hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, I'm speechless, revive us again. We praise thee, O God, for thy Spirit of light, who has shown us our Savior and scattered our night. Hallelujah, I'm speechless, hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, I'm speechless, revive us again. All right, said I'm Reverend Karen, and I am here tonight with Dr. Pasteur, Lao Tzu, Running Buffalo, and White Mountain. Tammy. Tammy Spirit wants you to know that you're crushing it right now, so just keep up the good work. Lois. Lois, when we do things, we can do the minimum amount, but there's a little extra effort that some people put in, and they do it out of love. And of course, we all know that you're one of those kind of people. So Spirit is just acknowledging that they continue to see that extra effort that you put in to make things special for people, and that whether you think people recognize it and appreciate it, know that on the other side they definitely appreciate it. Joyce. Joyce, sometimes when you're navigating through a difficult section of whatever it is, as long as you've got a good grip on what it is that you believe and the results that you want to see, then you can get through it. It's when you lose your concentration and lose your grip that you can end up in sort of an emotional morass that you don't want to be in. So Spirit says, always make sure that you got a firm grip on what you're doing and where you're going. William E. William, Spirit is giving me a bunch of symbolism that comes with how diviners back in the day used to throw bones or throw other
things and how that evolved to, throwing the bones being a reference to throwing dice. and all of it has to do with they are tools that have no value in and of themselves, except that in how you interpret the situation. Whether you see them as valid tools or not, the important thing is the conclusion that you come to and how you present that. So if it makes you more confident in putting forth what you believe the right course of action is by using a tool such as that, you, of course, are always free to do so. I have divining tools that I use, but it's not strictly necessary. If you have faith and confidence in your assessment of the situation, then proceed forward with the conclusions, confident in the knowledge that you have chosen the best route for yourself at that time. Annie. Annie, people are always talking about how they're running out of time, like the sand's all flowing out of the hourglass and there aren't that many grains left. And Spirit wants you to know that, time is infinite. You can flip that hourglass over at any point. You don't have to let it completely run out before you flip it over. It is like other things, simply a tool of measurement. And if that's not how you wish to use it, you don't have to. Time is an illusion that only has some form of meaning on this plane of existence. So as you work on what you're doing and ask for assistance, time can be stretched to allow you to have the time that you feel you need on this plane to accomplish what it is you wish to accomplish. Allison. Allison, there are root vegetables where we go to a lot of trouble to take the outer layer off in order to make that vegetable more appealing. But in many cases, the greatest concentration of nutrients can be lost because it's in that outer layer. And we all know that when we're talking about food, we're talking about taking in information. So, maybe that you are taking in information that has been not censored, but curated in such a way that you are not getting everything out of it that you could. And you are encouraged to try to find the unabridged version of it so that you're getting all the pieces that you need in order to move forward on your spiritual journey. Andrea. Andrea, Spirit is giving me symbolism from an old video from the Talking Heads called Once in a Lifetime. And he's talking about things like water flowing underground, which is your emotions being under the surface and hidden, and that situations are coming up for him that he doesn't understand how he got there. And so he is out of touch with his feelings. He doesn't know how he's gotten the things that he's gotten, and he does not accept them as his. He does not recognize them as his. So what Spirit is asking you to think about, are there things that are in your life that are just sort of accepted as being something that belongs in your life, when actually if you went to your heart and thought about it, you go, these do not belong here. These are not part of my life. I don't know how these got there, but they are not mine, and I reject ownership of them. Because there are things that people are going to say are, belong to you, where you go, oh no, I don't want any part of that crap. But you have to be in touch with your heart to be able to, recognize those things that have been put there by somebody else that you do not want. Nick. Nick, it is easy to get frustrated about people who go out of their way to make your life more difficult. And you think, God, I just would like to wring their neck because they just aggravate me so badly, and for no reason. Their only purpose in doing it is to just get a rise out of me. And Spirit says that's exactly it. Their lesson is there for you to say, you know what? I don't have time for your stupid games. When you decide to grow up, you let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to peace out at this point, because I have better things to do with my time than play silly middle school games with goobers like you. William.
Yes.
William, there is a specific tool that gets used in a variety of ways, but I see it being used by vets. And it's a length of serrated metal with handles on each end, and they use it for dehorning animals.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So it's like shuka, shuka, shuka,
Yep.
shuka. And you have to be careful with it because it could cut you up, but it causes no pain to the animal, and it allows you to remove something that is potentially damaging to the animal, like if their horn grows in a weird way. Mm-hmm. So, Spirit says, look around for the thing in your life that is maybe not going the direction that it really ought to go, and that needs to sort of be pruned off, and how you can go about doing that without causing any damage anywhere.
Okay.
Karen. Karen, Spirit is both endorsing and mocking the Staples easy button. They've got this table, and there's just easy button after easy button after easy button. And they're like, there's nothing that says you can't push all of these easy buttons. You know, you can make life simpler for yourself. You really can. Now, you came onto this plane of existence, not necessarily with the intention of everything being easy. But there's nothing that says that you can't say, maybe I signed up for too much. Let me pare this down a little bit and push an easy button and let one bit get moved on. You can deal with that in a future lifetime. And that's like that is entirely up to you. However you want to play it. They understand that that when people come to this plane to learn and to balance their karma, that sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, and you start to wonder, man, is this crap ever going to ease up? I could really use a break at this point. Spirit says, just tell your guides, I'd like to press an easy button right now, and they will clear some of it out of the way. Well, old Mother Otter will probably laugh at you, but she won't do anything to try to stop the others from making things easier for you. Thank you for allowing me to stand between the worlds.
Thank you. That brings us to the meditation tonight, presented by Karen.
Okay, tonight's meditation is Roar Like a Lion. Basically, I'm going to throw a little bit of information out here before I start the meditation. Basically, August, a lot of people see it as just, it's the end of summer. But it's also, especially in our current culture, a time of beginnings. Kids are starting to go back to school. People are starting college. People are realizing, oh, crud, I'm done with college. I'm done with that summer vacation after college. Now I actually have to work. August can be a time in which we, maybe for those couple of months of summer, we kind of ignored some of the issues in our life that we need to be healing from, or maybe if it's a school situation, you were able to escape something that made your healing harder. And now you're facing that probability of having to go back and deal with those things that, if not properly handled, can harm you. And so I want for us to come in this meditation, kind of focus on the energy of the lion, because the lion is known as the king of beasts. A mother lioness is considered one of the fiercest creatures on the planet when she's defending her cubs, and kind of tap into that energy, which is also a sun energy. So it's at full force now in August at the end of summer. And we're also starting that season of harvest. So we're going to harvest that sun energy of the lion into ourselves to give us another tool to face difficulties or to help heal. All right. Please assume a relaxed position with arms and legs uncrossed. And as you take a deep breath in and out, allow your limbs to relax and allow the energy and to just kind of flow out of your body, taking with it any tension, any troubles, and just let them wash away. And with more deep breaths in and out, we breathe in that warm summer air full of light and energy. And we breathe out some of that stale energy that's kind of been held up in our bodies. And with another breath in and out, we turn our focus inward to that inner temple where we work on those higher planes that allows us to connect with the higher energies. And today, when you enter that temple, everything is just very bright and sunny. The wood seems to be a golden glow. And there are sunflowers and other end of the summer flowers just arranged everywhere. And you notice that a door off to the side is open, and beside it stands a guide. This may be one of your guides or teachers. If you don't have a specific guide or teacher that this would be connected to, this is just a guide from the higher planes, and they're here to just get you started on the journey. And as they motion you through the door, you find yourself, at first it seems like you're in a field surrounded by golden stalks of wheat. But it's at sunrise, and the sun is just coming up over the horizon. And as the sun slowly rises and the light around you becomes brighter, you realize that this isn't wheat so much, not a planted field, but it's tall grass. The kind of grass that our ancestors may have once tamed into wheat. But you find yourself in the grasslands of the savannah. And as the sun comes up, you realize that ahead of you, the path you are on is leading to a huge tree. This may be the largest tree you've ever seen, with branches just reaching out and creating a large shady area. And as your guide leads you toward this tree, you notice that under the tree is a pride of lions. And at the head of the path sit the alpha male and the lead female of this pride. But they're relaxed. They're not in a guard position. And your guide beckons you to approach them. And as you approach them, you notice that other members of the pride are of all various ages. There are some younger cubs who were probably born in the spring, who are just now practicing their hunting skills by, chasing the adults' tails. And as you approach the leader lions, you notice that there is a rock that looks comfortable enough to sit on in front of them. And your guide directs you to sit. It's acceptable to sit in front of the king and the queen of the animals. And as you sit there, you begin to feel a communication link between you and the mother lion. And she directs you to think of something in your life that you're dreading, some event or action that you're dreading that's coming up soon. And as that image comes into your mind, maybe it's the first day of school, the first day of a job, meeting new people. She has you take in a deep breath, and as you let out that breath, she gives you her roar. This may even startle you because that's not a sound you're used to having coming out of your body. But as her roar comes out of you, that image of that difficulty just kind of shatters and breaks. And then the male lion, the king of the beast, he gets up and he shakes out his glorious mane, and you see how he is connected to the sun because the sunlight is just lighting up that mane, like almost like a second sun right there in front of you. And he communicates with you and tells you to bring up that difficulty or something else that you're having an issue with. And as you hold that picture in front of you, he again has you take in a breath, and as you exhale it, this time it's not a sound that comes from you, but it is a beam of light coming out of your heart chakra, and that is a golden light, the light of the sun. And that light also just kind of washes out and dissolves this difficulty. And as you sit there, they take turns, male and female, working with you on some of these difficulties you have coming up until you're comfortable with that roar and that light energy and using one or the other or both to combat and break down those difficulties or those barriers. Because when you do things on these higher planes, that effect of destroying those barriers, it trickles down to the physical plane. And they remind you of this, that this energy and this feeling of breaking through those barriers, that's something you can take with you back into your physical body on the physical plane. And while you may not actually roar at somebody, although I'm pretty sure a school bully would really be put off by being roared at, these are still tools that you can use in your mind when you have to remind yourself that you, no matter what the situation, have the ability to connect with this energy, this higher plane healing energy to destroy or break apart or move out of your way those difficulties. And after you've worked with this for a while, and you could become comfortable with it, both of the lions approach you, and your guide indicates that you should put your each hand on their heads as they give you their blessing, and then they go back under the tree to be with their family. And your guide beckons you back toward the path, toward your inner temple. And as you walk down this path, you can almost feel the echo of that lion's roar in your head, and you definitely feel that warm sun golden energy in your heart. And you know that these are tools that will stay with you as you come back into your temple and you come back through the door, And those tools follow you as you come back into your body. And as you settle into this physical plane, you feel the weight of your arms and your legs. And after you've settled in and you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you.
All right. Closing prayer. Divine oneness. In all of your manifestations, thank you once again for working through our sister Karen and with Reverend Karen for the messages to bring us all here to be of one mind, to accelerate our soul growth and spiritual evolution. So may it be.
So might it be.
Thank you for being our circle of light. Please stand with us in unity as we sing together. Let there be peace on earth.
Oh, that's so much easier than it used to be.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Virtual hugs. Ugh.